Fuck it.
Yeah. Let's get into some movie shit.
Yeah. We've been talking for 20 minutes about
who knows what
absolute nonsense.
About
okay, so let's talk about some trailers that just popped up. So we got 21 Bridges, which stars Chadwick Boseman and Taylor Kinich. Is it Kinich?
Let's go with it.
I've never known how to pronounce his name.
He was the guy from what was that movie where they're in outer space?
And John Carter.
John Carter, yes.
Which highly,
I liked it.
So it's considered one of the biggest flops in cinema history, and that's because of a technicality more than it is the actual whether the movie's good or not. So the director, and I regret I can't remember the director's name right now, and I could just Google it, but I'm not.
Yep. Because why be accurate? Let's just
exactly. We don't really care about facts or being accurate here on the Fade. It's not really. It's not our thing.
It's not a priority.
In fact, the more we could just pepper the non-facts on, the better. It's like the Papa John's pizza.
Sprinkle bullshit on it.
Sprinkle a little
Americans
sugar on it. Yeah. So the director just wasn't used to shooting, I guess, in whatever the format was that they're shooting or something like that.
Yeah.
Or he wasn't used to doing like action sequences or something like that.
He
just was not. He was just he was just not the guy for the job. But yet they had him, and so they had to do a lot of reshoots. So the end ticket for the movie was just like the budget for it just ballooned, right? But it didn't earn back what it sort of spent, or I guess. I don't know if it did or didn't, but it didn't earn at least enough back to like justify the movie. But the movie itself is actually
the movie was really good.
You know, I would stop short of saying it's a great movie, but it was at least it was at least when I went into it
not a
with
word we're gonna use for
highly low expectations. Now listen to that sort of duality there.
Highly
low expectations.
We're gonna go high. Low. It's the high part of the low.
Yeah. It was a high part of the that was correctly said. High part of the low expectations.
Damn, that actually does make sense.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a C plus.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like, it's good for what I guess you would consider mediocre. But
C plus students, like those are the kids that the teachers knew were going to go to prison. But in prison, they would be the ones to start like the education program or like the outdoor gardening program. So if you're a C plus student,
that's a very good analogy. Yeah. Like you're going to go in. But also, you're gonna do some good shit. You're gonna do some good work while you're there.
You're gonna. You may have a boyfriend or two.
What does that have to do with anything?
Book study, Bible study. Yeah, you're gonna be like that's the C plus student.
Okay.
None of it had anything to do with anything.
No. That was completely irrelevant to everything.
Yeah.
But so it was. I had very low expectations for John Carter. But it ended up being a pleasant sort of surprise. And I don't know why I was sort of anxious to see it. I just really wanted to. It just looked from the trailers and everything like that. It just looked like this might be up my alley.
Yeah.
But I knew that it just looked like one of those things that can go either way. Like it could either be like just a fucking disaster from beginning to end, or it could be, decent. And it ended up being pretty decent. In fact,
have you seen that other movie, which is like John Carter, Valerian? Or whatever.
No, it's not John Carter Valerian. It's
no. It's like John Carter, but I think it's called like Valerian.
Valeria. We've actually got the poster right there, so it's shocking that.
Fuck
that we don't remember.
I feel like my brain has been wired to ignore that because. I didn't see it.
Too many white people.
Like shit. A lot of white people too. Even in outer space. Fuck. There are a lot of white people. In outer space.
Hey, look, Next Frontier. That's the new westward expansion. That's space.
We're gonna put white people on other planets. There are white people.
Yeah. A lot of white people.
They all sound
everywhere
British.
Yeah.
Right? All of them. How are you from another fucking galaxy?
And yet you're still from the UK.
Yeah. It makes no sense. You're a London Chelsea fan.
Yeah. So and to get back to 21 Bridges before we
go way off course.
Get way off course as usual. But 21 Bridges starring Chadwick Boseman, Taylor Kinich. It's produced by the Russo brothers. I didn't recall who is actually directing it, and I don't think they care as long as they have the Russo brothers producing. But
no one's actually directing it. They just as long as the Russo brothers are producing it, everybody knows their roles. Okay. You just don't fuck up.
No, yeah, you just try your hardest not to shit the bed. What did you think of the trailer?
I mean, I thought the trailer was great. I mean, you look at what this movie is shaping up to be. It's obviously
Give them the low about what it's about.
Chadwick Boseman plays a young boy whose father was a police officer. His father was killed in the line of duty. He then goes on to obviously join the police force, and it looks like he's playing one of the lead detectives in the New York City Police Department, Southern District. I'm making that up, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it just I like the seamlessness of it. Yeah, that was very good. Yeah.
So he's playing a lead detective on a case in which 8 police officers have been gunned down in New York City, right? So this is, orange alert, shut down the city. And what I didn't know is a pretty cool fun fact about New York City. So there are 21 bridges that lead in and
factual?
out.
I don't know. That might be for Hollywood purposes.
I don't think I don't think they'd fake. It's the name of the movie. I don't
and there's like 28 bridges, but they're like 21 sounds better.
Whoever
21 Savage.
Do their research. If it comes back and they're actually like 23 bridges, it's like, yo,
somebody
you're fucking fired.
Either getting fired or they're a genius to separate themselves, like because maybe that's part of the mystery of like why'd they lie. Now we'll go see the movie. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're just going to be indicted immediately. No trial. But anyway, so there are 21 bridges that lead in and out of Manhattan, which is an island essentially in New York, state of New York. Mm-hmm. So they shut down all the bridges, right, leading in and out of the city, the Hudson River, the trains, and they're on this manhunt for these suspected murderers of the police officers, right? Yeah. But there's something here that's not. It's not fitting, right? There's a puzzle that needs to be solved because this is not like a cut and dry crime. The trailer looked good. Yeah. Good music. I think the Future song, what is it called?
Mask Off.
Mask Off was the song that played throughout the trailer. It's probably going to be one of the lead songs for the film. It looked good. I think Chadwick Boseman, because he's been on this Black Panther run, he's been on this Infinity War run, and like he's really known for that character. Yeah. He's not necessarily trying to divorce himself from Black Panther.
No, he's clearly not trying to because who produced this film?
The Russo brothers. Yeah. Well, but I think he definitely is trying to show that, hey, I have a great body of work before Black Panther, and my body of work after that movie is going to be fantastic as well.
I think this is right up the same alley, right? Like it's an action movie at its heart. It may be like maybe a thriller sort of.
I mean, it's not like a sci-fi movie. It's not going to have a bunch of
but that's never been
effects.
Sci-fi's never been his motif. Like it's always been sort of action oriented, not always.
Well, no,
action oriented.
We've got Marshall, which was
and that's Marshall. What I mean is like it's not always action oriented, but. Mm-hmm. He's in the past played like, detectives or like, I don't know, just it's something that required like Jack when he played Jackie Robinson, right? Yeah. Very sort of like, it wasn't an action movie, but it was sort of, physically demanding.
You had to look the part.
Yeah. You have to be a certain, know.
But I mean, I think for now that like, obviously the, Avengers, Marvel, Infinity War, Endgame, it's coming to an end, even though there is another Black Panther movie coming out.
In fact, he might be one of the leading, like
to continue that.
But
I think like in the meantime, right? Whenever like an actor is connected to a very large film, and it's going to be a series of films, they're going to continue to play a certain character for an extended period of time. They have to kind of like sprinkle in work throughout those. Those gaps of time to show that, hey, like I have diversity in my acting ability.
Yeah, you don't
unlike what Steven Seagal did, where he just played.
You know what? I don't think he could have played anything else.
Cop.
No, I think that's
no romantic comedies for Seagal.
No,
was he ever in a romantic comedy?
No,
for good reason.
Steven Seagal, come on. Unless you think Under Siege is a romantic comedy.
No, definitely not.
Maybe more so Under Siege 2. I don't know. But yeah, this film looks pretty good. I think that and it's also got. Did you watch If Beale Street Could Talk?
I have not yet. That's the one movie.
Very, very good movie that you should check out.
Okay, yeah, that's the one movie on our Oscar list that I did not see.
Check out. Yeah. If Beale Street Could Talk was a pretty good movie. The lead actor there's a a guy and a woman. The lead actor in it, he was the black guy in the other black guy, not Chadwick Boseman, the other black guy in the movie, where they were about to get on the train or the metro or whatever, and they see each other.
Yeah.
So that guy was he was the lead actor from Bill Street Could Talk.
Okay. So they've worked together before. They have a little bit of.
No, they've never worked with each other.
Oh wait, you know what? Chadwick Boseman was not.
He was not in. Yeah, I know. All these black people kind of run together at the end of the day, but no, he was. I'm looking forward to this movie. When I first saw the trailer, to be continued for Instagram here. What is this? Is that Instagram? That is Instagram, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. We were running a live stream on Instagram. We just ended it. So if you are joining us from the Instagram feed to see the end of this conversation, welcome. So I don't think that so Chadwick Boseman and like the whole cast just looks really good. The movie looks really good. And I'm usually not into like these sort of one-off, like sort of like, I don't know, just like these type of movies where it's just like, this is an action movie starring some of these people that you know, and you should be excited about this. Usually that doesn't really do anything for me. But here it did.
This one is good.
Here it did.
I mean, we've seen several of these movies before, right?
Yeah.
We saw, what is that movie with Liam Neeson where they're
which one? Oh, Widows.
There's Widows, but then he also did another movie where he was like the father of the suspected cop killer, like in the night.
I did not watch that.
Yeah. There every couple of years there's these like movies where there's like a police manhunt for suspected criminals. There was a town where they robbed the bank and they shut down all of Boston to chase Ben Affleck. Yeah. Right. This one kind of takes a different. This one feels a little bit different.
It feels like there's like a mystery behind it. Yeah, that has to be figured out.
In the trailer, they obviously talked about how like this robbery and shutting down the city affects the stock market. So this isn't just some like low level. Let's rob a bank. The job went south. We had to kill a couple cops, and now we're trying to escape. There's something bigger going on here, which I think is what makes this movie so appealing.
Yeah. It looks kind of dope.